Are at the state capitol this week because the governor calling a special session to find millions of dollars to pay the huge cost of wildfire fighting this past summer.
But not everyone is on board with that, including some state fire leaders who say paying those who work to save lives and property is not exactly the best way to go. Our Lisa Balick live now from Salem, where those fire bosses actually talked with lawmakers today. Lisa, what else can you tell us?
Yeah, they actually are on board with getting the money now to pay for what is owed. But the difference is that they're telling the lawmakers, look, you need to do something so we're not in this situation in the years ahead.
Whether you have fire in your community or you're smelling the smoke or dealing with the impacts of smoke, this is an all-Oregon problem.
The state fire marshal urging lawmakers to agree on a way to pay for wildfire fighting before, not after the fires rip through the state. 2 million acres torched this summer, more than in 2020. Hundreds of millions of dollars spent this summer fighting those fires. Now the state's in a bind to pay the contractors owed that money for firefighters and equipment. I did find out most of the firefighters on the ground were paid, and the feds will pay more than half of the bill eventually. But the governor wants lawmakers to approve more than $200 million to the Department of Forestry and the fire marshal's office, who then pay the contractors. That money expected to be approved in the special session this week. But today, state fire leaders say the legislature needs to agree on a way to fund a regular wildfire fighting budget, rather than trying to find emergency funding afterwards.
We are talking about an ER methodology rather than being in a preventative methodology. So how do we, for our future generations, create an Oregon wildfire funding methodology that's on the forefront and not consistently in the emergency room?
Lawmakers know wildfire seasons are expected to get worse. Wildfire protection costs on private land now mostly split between landowners and the state. So to come up with more money, well, there are plenty of ideas, from tapping the kicker to taxing everyone. A lot of arguing ahead over how to put aside firefighting money. And you will definitely see fireworks over this coming up in January. But as for that special session, that is happening on Thursday, and that money seems to be a sure thing to get those fire crews, the contractors, paid up. Live in Salem, Lisa Balick, KOIN 6 News.